We return now at 5:30 as anti-war protesters in support of Palestinians are rallying on Monument Circle. Let's get right to News 8's government reporter Garrett Berquist, who is live at the rally. Garrett, what are you seeing so far?
Well, right now, we've got about 24 demonstrators on either side of the issue here on Monument Circle. I'll step out of the way. The Palestinian group is currently on the other side. I spoke to a man a little while ago who has family in the West Bank, not Gaza, but the West Bank. He tells me that it's very painful for him and his family to see what is happening in Gaza. Now, as I mentioned, there are opposing demonstrators here on the other side of the street. There's a roughly similar sized group demonstrating in support of Israel. They were here a little bit before the Palestinian supporters were. You can see they've got a number of posters up showing names and photographs of Israeli citizens who are currently missing. I talked to one of the organizers there as well. They basically compared the Hamas attack over the weekend to some of the pogroms that happened historically in various parts of the world. So far, not a whole lot of interaction between the groups, so this is something we're going to continue to monitor. We'll have an update for you coming up at 6. Live on Monument Circle, I'm Garrett Berquist for Wish TV. WishTV.com. And like us on Facebook.
Garrett, thank you. Secretary of State Antony Blinken confirms at least 27 Americans have now been killed after Hamas militants stormed through a border fence Saturday and killed hundreds of Israelis. Laura Aguirre reports on the latest on the Secretary's visit to Israel. And we do want to warn you that some of the details may be disturbing for some viewers.
There is no excuse. There is no justification for these atrocities. This must be a moment for moral clarity.
Secretary of State Antony Blinken in Tel Aviv Thursday, meeting with Israeli leaders and survivors of Hamas's bloody attacks on thousands of civilians this week.
First priority are our friends and family that are now in Gaza.
More than 100 hostages, Americans among them, are being held by Hamas. Their exact whereabouts in Gaza unknown. And with another wave of Israeli airstrikes raining down on Gaza Thursday, fear for their safety worsens.
They use hostages as human shields, and they're very willing to give the hostages up to be sacrificed.
We're doing everything we can to secure the release of the hostages, working closely with our Israeli partners.
Hamas is ISIS, and just as ISIS was crushed, so too will Hamas be crushed.
The Prime Minister's office released more evidence of barbaric acts by Hamas militants, including photographs of burned infants. Images that have other Israeli officials pushing back against concerns that Israel's retaliatory strikes are killing civilians in Hamas-run Gaza.
It was an unprovoked attack, a major massacre against civilians. We have no other choice.
We stand with Israel in its determination to do everything possible to ensure that what happened on Saturday never happens again.
I'm Laura Aguirre reporting.